Command Performance USA, the greatest entertainers in America as requested by you, the fighting men of the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till it's over there. Okay there, men, right this way for Command Performance, Uncle Sam's finest show for Uncle Sam's finest fighting men. Tonight, the old Command Performance marquee is lighted up with one of Hollywood's brightest constellations of big stars, and the first star we see tonight gets his orders from you-know-who at Newfoundland, at Fort Randolph, at Trinidad, from 14 ships at sea, and, well, let's get him out here right now. Your master of ceremonies, Bob Hope.
Say thank you, Paul Douglas, and hiya, fellas. This is Bob Rubber Drive Hope, telling you guys out there that we're all going to keep turning in our rubber suspenders till we've caught the Axis with our panzers down. Well, everybody here is talking about the rubber drive. Back in New York, they were worried about the rubber drive for a while, but not anymore. Kate Smith finally turned in her girdle. You should see the moon come over the mountain now, but I'm not worried. But I'm not worried about the rubber shorties. I've got 4 new tires, and I put them all on my front wheel. I want them to be where I can watch them. But I want to tell you, this rubber situation is really serious. Last night, 3 fellas broke into my room at the Knickerbocker Hotel, jacked me up, and stole my hot water bottle. But it's not my tires I'm worried about, it's gas, no kidding. I haven't been able to get any gas for the last 10 days since my siphon broke. Of course, there's a shortage of automobiles, but I don't see anything wrong in riding horses. My grandmother used to ride a horse till the day Crosby fired her. But, all right. Thank you, losers. But you know, people will have to use all forms of transportation. Imagine Lana Turner bouncing down the street on a pogo stick. That's all, brother. But it's really great being back in Hollywood after 2 months in the East. First night back, I was on duty with all the air raid wardens in North Hollywood. They kept us busy all night, dimming out W.C. Field's nose. The next night, I had a date with Hedy Lamarr. I was real chummy driving around in the dark. I was just about to kiss her when there was a loud explosion. I thought it was a blowout until I found out she was chewing bubble gum and I had a toothpick in my mouth. But it's wonderful being back in town and at the studio. I just finished working in a picture with Crosby and Dorothy Lamour. Dorothy's dressing room window faces mine. Every time she goes up to change her costume, I go up to change mine. But she's always a shade ahead of me. The picture's called The Road to Morocco, and in it, Dorothy does a great dance. She does an imitation of Gypsy Rose Lee doing the dance of the 7 Veils. It's a wonderful takeoff. And after that, Crosby and I wander through the desert and wind up at a harem. Harem, that's Egyptian for having a wonderful time. Crosby and I sneak into this place and find out that it's a real Turkish harem, so as soon as I get alone with the girls, I start talking Turkey. But there's a big... I paused there, silly man. But there's a big eunuch there with a long-handled knife. You know what a eunuch is, don't you? That's 4F in anybody's army. I wish they wouldn't play with my scripts. Well, this big eunuch is standing there with a knife, and he starts swinging as soon as any dope starts getting fresh with the girls. You must come up and see my scars sometime. In the last part of the picture, Dorothy Lamour and I do our big love scene. I'm disguised as the Sheik, and I take her in my arms and kiss her. When we get through with the scene, I turn to Dorothy and say, "You just kissed Hope the Sheik. Could Rudolph Valentino kiss any better?" And she says, "Even now, yes." Well, that's enough. enough about us. Now to answer that May 24th letter from 18 Navy men who signed themselves an outfit in the West Indies and who say, we'll keep 'em sinking if you keep 'em singing, a little number called Just One of Those Things, by a little number who's the singing sensation of MGM, Lena Horne. Take it, Lena.
It was just one of those things, just one of those crazy things, one of those bells that now and then ring, just one of those things. It was just one of those nights, just one of those fabulous flights, a trip to the moon on gossamer wings, just one of those things. If we thought a bit of the end of it before we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. If we thought a bit of the end of it before we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things.
Yes, sir, that's for that outfit in the West Indies. Thank you, Lena Horne, and thanks to Victor Young of Paramount Studios, conducting Local 47's Command Performance Orchestra tonight.